Welcome to the first EPCwin lesson. Here I want to show you how to do the first steps in this amazing embroidery software. Before we start the lesson, I recommend to download the shortcut list from our homepage. It makes sense to print it out to have always an overview for your functions which we need. I will start the software from the desktop. This little window, what we see here, is the countdown for my demo days. I just confirm it. I will go now for a new design. And now all functions are available. Basically, the EPCwin does have a full design option. It is especially created for embroidery, which is in my opinion quite important. Also, we do have a full editor on here. And last but not least, the digitizing option. The EPCwin is different compared to other softwares. We decided to have more space for the designs and less for the icons, which can be sometimes overloaded, as we know. The EPCwin does not have any pull-down menu. Everything will be done with the number pad. Actually, we are using the F keys to call up the functions. But every F key can be selected with the number pad. That means F1 is number 1, F2 number 2, etc. This is the benefit of our software, because we will get only the functions for a particular situation. There is no need to look for the functions which is necessary right now, because they are already available. I will start with an image. In this case, I have to go in the main menu to the button Create Design Using Image. If I select that button, I do have already 2 images inside, but I want to load a new one. In this case, I press the button here, and on the top left side I can read in images like JPEG, BMP and the others as we know. I would like to take now this one here and open it. The next step will be to save the image. We will save it in our directory. Using the button Save, the design head will appear. The design head is very important. You can give a lot of information inside. All these informations are necessary later on to find easier your design. Anyway, here you can give the path where the design should be saved, as well as you can give a design name, design number. You are also able to put the design in groups. Groups can be flowers, animals, cartoons, whatever you want. Here I can tell him who did the design, who was even the artist. Also, we are able to tell him the customer number, the order numbers, etc., etc. On the left side here on the bottoms, we see the needles. The needles can be done immediately with the right color. You are able to use all the manufacturers of different threads like Madeira, Gunald, Ammon, etc. If you have set your needles done, you confirm with OK, and you confirm the design head again. And now what we have to do is simply to select the image from the directory via a double click or pressing the OK button. The next step what will happen is I have to give in the dimension, the measurement. On the right side on the bar you can see a little assistant. This little assistant shows me always on every situation what I have to do or what can I do. It tells me now to use 2 points to give the dimension. I will start here from the bottom, make a left click and go straight up to the end of the design and make another click. At the moment the image does have 22.26 centimeters. I want to have it in 12 centimeters and confirm with OK. The image does have now the right size. I have to go now to the main menu and select the icon punching, which is actually the digitizing mode. As soon as I have selected, it shows me again a little assistant on top, and for instance it says to me the left mouse key is now a manual stitch, and all the other informations which are now available. A little bit below I can see the zoom factor. I can see also the automatic program, as well as the density, and the needle what I'm using at the moment. In my case it's needle number 1. Basically we start always with needle number 1. I would like to start with the arm in this cartoon. In this case I have to zoom it up. You have different possibilities, like the page up and page down key on the keyboard, or you press and hold the control key using then the wheel from the mouse and zoom up and down. Another possibility will be the minus key on the number pad. If I press the minus key, I can open a window and the particular part will be zoomed up. Now I have to set stitches. As I told you before, when I make a left click, I got manual stitches. What you see right now are manual stitches. If I want to use a program, an automatic fill program, I have to press F11. F11 shows me all available programs, automatic filling programs. In this case we put them in families. As you can see here, this here are the satin stitch family, and this is the area fill family, and the others like monogramming, sequin program, etc. In my case I would like to use a fill program, and this is here program number 14, which I select. Now I'm able to set the contour points. On the right side you see again the assistant shows me left mouse click supporting curve points. With double left mouse key means a double click, I will do a corner. Please keep this in mind, this is quite important. I will start now and following my outline here. As you can see, I was not very precise. If you need to delete, please use the backspace key or the delete key on the keyboard. You can simply delete the points. I have to make here a double click, it's a corner. If you don't do this, you do only a curve point, you will see the spline will give you a hard curve. I will switch off the image by using F2, which is the view function. And there's the button for image off. I confirm and the image is gone. Now you can see my spline very well. This is the difference between a corner and a curve point. To get back the image, this is very nice. I simply press 2, 1. 2 is for the view, and every other function inside does have also numbers, as you can see. And number 1 is image on off. I would like to show you once again. I'm pressing 2, 1, image off, 2, 1, image on. Now I have to go back with backspace to delete the curve point and make another one with a double click to continue my outline. If you do have the feeling the image is too bright, you are able also in the view function to use the image part to get the image darker, which I will do right now, pressing F2, and you see here is the bar, and I can go even further on to make the image a bit darker. It is. Now you can see the spline very well, and I'm following the outline. Double click for corner, again supporting simply with the left mouse key until to the end. It is not necessary to close the line. You can, but it is no need. If you close by, you simply confirm with enter. Also, you can use the right mouse key, which means enter again. I did. Please have a look on the right side to the assistant. It shows me now enter stitch direction. I can give in now stitch directions, either one or more. This can be done simply with 2 points, or this stitch direction can be supported with more points, means a curved stitch direction. If I'm finished with my stitch direction, I confirm with enter. By the way, the stitch direction can be inside the object as well as outside the object. This doesn't matter at all. On the bottom you will see also on F9 immediately horizontal stitch direction, and F10 will be a vertical one. F11 allows you to give a certain angle. It's asking me, do you want to have another stitch direction? I don't want to. That's why I confirm with enter. Another question is coming. Do you want some additional contours? An additional contour can be a hole, an area where no stitches are. It could be a dividing line. It could be also interlocking areas as well. If you don't need anything of this, please confirm with enter. Last part will be set the endpoint. I will put my endpoint here on the bottom. Click with the left mouse and the calculation is done. If you need to edit anything, simply use the backspace key or the delete key. The object will not be deleted immediately. First, we will get inside the object editor, which you can see again in the assistant on the right side. Object editor. Now you are able to move every point, and in this case I will switch off the image that you can see better this to 1. Every point, as I said, can be moved. Set it and press enter. The calculation will be done. But you are still in the editor. Still. The stitch direction is this line here. I can also select it and put it maybe like this. This is really up to you. However you want to. Every point, even the whole contour, can be moved. To insert points, select the line there where you want to have a point. For instance, here. I have the whole line on the mouse, as you can see. I press now the insert key on the keyboard and I got a point. If I make a right mouse click, I got a corner. If I press the right mouse again, I got a curve. If I want to drop back the point, simply press escape. By the way, to press the wheel on the mouse, this is automatically the escape key. There is no need to grab the escape key on the keyboard. If I press enter again, the calculation will be done, and another enter, confirm. I'm back in manual stitches. I would like to show you the philosophy of the EPCwin, because I think it's also different compared to other softwares. Means, if I do manual stitches here, and in this case I don't need the image to explain it, and I call up now an automatic program, and it doesn't matter which one. For instance, I take again program 14. I do simply now any shape. In this case I made a leaf, give a stitch direction, confirm, and set the endpoint on top. Please watch now on the assistant on the right side. As soon as I set the endpoint, I am back in manual stitches. It doesn't mean you have to make a manual stitch. This is just a philosophy. That means we start with a manual stitch, get into an automatic. After the automatic is calculated, we are back in manual stitches, which allows us for small gaps to be very quickly to another part of the design. If I want to delete the manual stitches, I press, as we know, the delete key or the backspace key, but as soon as I reach an object, I will get in first in an object editor. This object is also highlighted, as you can see. The other one is gray. The gray ones are not touchable. You cannot select them at all. Only the highlighted one is available in this case. If I want to delete this object, please press delete again. There comes a message. Do you really want to delete this object? Yes, I want to. It's gone. And then I continue. Delete, 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 delete until I am in the object. I do another object again. To show you how to reach in objects which have been done before and you don't want to delete the last one. In this case, please press F6. F6 is the main editor. If I press 6, everything will be gray. Now I'm able to edit everything what I want. This can be stitches, this can be the outlines, special functions, whatever. If you click close by or on the line of this object, it will be highlighted. And now I'm in the object editor in here. This one is not selectable, as you can see. If I confirm, I'm back in the main editor. Now I can select this object and do whatever I want. If I confirm again or press escape, I'm out and back in the main editor. With the cursor keys, by the way, you can go stitches forward and backwards. Cursor keys up and down means stitch by stitch. If you use the cursor keys left and right, it means go 30 stitch forward or backwards. If you finish with the editor, please press escape and you are back in punching. I am back in the punching mode. I would like to continue with my arm. The filling is done, and what I need next is the black border. To do so, I need also a second color. In this case, I will do first lock stitches. In my case, I do them manually, as you can see. They should not be longer than a millimeter. That's enough. To press F12, we will see the special functions. All the special functions for an embroidery machines are here inside. And it is not only for ZSK machines, also for the other brands. In my case, I will use now needle number 2. Needle number 2 is activated, which I can see even on the right side on the bar. Again, I will do my lock stitches. And now I need a satin stitch program. Remember, the programs can be activated with F11. Here we have our programs. And on top we do have our satin stitch family. In my case, I will use now program number 1. This is the normal satin stitch. If I select the normal satin stitch program, I have on the bottom different possibilities to create contours. One of those is F8, the center line. Center line is in my case already activated, and what I have to do is to follow again the line, which I do right now. Just a part of it, because I want to show you a benefit of this EPC system. I stop here now and confirm the line and give a certain width by mouse. The center line is now done and I set the endpoint. The calculation is done. I switch off now the image. Remember 2-1. You can see now my center line. I will delete it by pressing the delete key twice and confirm. It's gone. As I told you before, we do have a nice benefit in this system. I will start the program number 1 again. Center line is already activated. And what I have to do simply is hold the control key down, use the left mouse key and select the line. The line is activated. I will start with the click there where I want to start with the satin stitch. And I will now follow actually the whole line until there where I want to stop. This is the end of the satin stitch over here. Click again. The system now is asking me, do you want to have the short side on the bottom, the green highlighted one, or do you want to use the long side? Choose it with the left mouse key or with the arrow keys on the keyboard. Then confirm. I did. What I have to do next is to confirm the contour, because it's asking me, do you want to continue with pairwise? No, I don't want to. In this case, continue with enter. Now comes again the border width. The border width, as we have seen before, can set with the mouse, 2 clicks, or with F11 you have the possibility to give the right size as you wish. Here we do have 1.2 millimeter, and I confirm. It's automatically done, and what I have to do now is to set the endpoint. Calculation is done as well. If you need to change the border width, or you want to change the density, or even you need an underlayer, this can be done with the delete key to get into the object editor, which I do right now. And on the bottoms you will find those functions. F7 is the density. If I press F7, give now a lower density, I got less stitches, as you can see. I will zoom it up that you see better what happened. If I press F7 again, and I give a smaller number, let's say 3.6, and OK, press enter for calculation, we got more stitches inside. If you would like to change the width of the center line, please use F11. F11, and here we can change the border width once again. Maybe we need 1.5 millimeter, and OK, and you will see the border width is now increased. Enter, and the calculation is done. By the way, in F8 you will find the parameter. There you can switch on the underlays, like a running underlayer or a zigzag, and a lot of other possibilities too. If you totally finish with your object, please confirm once again to get out of the object editor, and you will be able to continue with your design. I have finished my design. Now I have to save the design, and in this case you can use the typical shortcut Ctrl S, or you go into the main menu and use the icon Save Design. If you select Save Design, the design head will appear once again. Here you are able to set the colors for each needle, which I did already, or you can set also the start and end point. The start point in my case is in the center of the design, as well as the end point. If you have done everything in the design head, please confirm it with OK, and the design will be saved in the directory. Now I need my stitch data for the machine. To get the stitch data, I have to open the directory, which is in the main menu too. It's called Change Design. I select the directory. Now you will see my designs as a text directory. I can use also the icon Pictogram, and then I see all my pictos. I will go back to the text directory to get my stitch data. Any design what you select will be blue highlighted. The blue highlighted one can be selected with a right mouse key to get the context menu, and in this context menu you are able to write stitch data. In my case I will use the CSK TC code. It will ask me, where do you want to save your design? Well, actually I should have a flash drive. Choose the flash drive and confirm with save. It will ask you, do you allow trimming or some other functions? Simply confirm with OK. The stitches will be written on the flash drive or floppy or via network. If you finish, confirm and close the directory. We are finished with this tutorial. EPCwin first steps. Of course, we will show you in other videos how to use the other programs, as well as how to print and all the other important stuff what we can do. I'm pretty sure you will be amazed what this system can do for you. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good day, and I hope you see you for the next tutorial. Bye bye.